started. Nice comfortable seated position. Let's go ahead and relax the shoulders. And let's go ahead and soften the eyes and just make some circles with the neck. Let's go ahead and just release any tension you may be holding in your body. Moving the head back and forth. Bring your chin down towards your chest. Make a full circle with the neck. And then we're going to go ahead and pause with the chin down. Gaze soft towards the floor. And go ahead and bring your hands to your chest and let's set an intention for your practice. Whatever brought you to the mat this morning. Could be what you want to accomplish today. Whatever you need that intention to be. Let's go ahead and set it. And then we're going to go ahead and lift up our gaze, elongate the spine. And inhale, lift up arms straight up in the air. And then as you exhale, we're going to lower them all the way down. Inhale, lift up, take your gaze with you. And exhale, slide the hands to the heart. We're going to take our first twist. Let's make our way to the right. And pause. And then we'll open the arms nice and wide. We'll go ahead and flip the palms. Fingers are spread nice and wide. Bring the hands back to namaste. And we'll come right back to the front. And then inhale, lift up. And exhale, lower halfway. And then we'll twist to the left. Bring your hands back into namaste. I did that a little backwards. Sorry about that. And then we'll come back to center. Let's go ahead and soften the hands down over your knees. Let's shift the pelvis forward and soften the hands down in front. Let's go ahead and drop the gaze down towards the floor. Softening your head. And then shake the head side to side. Nice and easy. And then let's go ahead and turn the head to the right. And then we'll pause. Slowly bring your gaze down to the floor, and then we'll go to the left. And then bringing the gaze back down. Let's walk the hands back up. And then let's go ahead and we're going to twist to the right. Your body's going to go over your right leg. Place your left hand on your knee, right hand behind you. Take your gaze over your shoulder. And then slowly make your way back to the center and we'll go to the left side. So we're going to twist the body all the way over that left knee. And so my left hip tends to be tight, so this leg's up a little bit higher. So if you notice that in your own body, you just kind of, just be gentle with it and do whatever your body needs. Again, twisting over that left, softening the right hand on the knee, left fingertips go behind you. You're going to take a twist looking over that left shoulder. Nice and easy. And then making your way back to center. Let's go ahead and uncross the legs. And we're going to make our way up into a tabletop. Starting off with knees hip width apart. Arms are right underneath your shoulders. We're going to spread the fingers nice and wide. You're going to have pointer going straight out. And then we're going to flatten out the tops of the feet. Pressing the heels in the hand. Getting yourself nice and balanced. On your inhale, breath, go ahead and drop the chest and look up for your cow. And then exhale, rounding the back, bringing the chin towards the chest for your cat. And dropping the chest and looking up for a cow. And rounding one more time for a cat. And then let's go ahead and pause at neutral. And then let's cycle through 2 more rounds. Drop the chest and look up. And rounding. We'll go ahead and drop the chest. And rounding one more time. And then coming into a neutral position. Let's stretch the right arm straight out. Left leg goes back. Toes are pointing down. Engaging your core. Let's turn the palm down towards the floor. And then we're going to sweep the hand all the way back. Now you're going to get a nice little stretch in the back of your arms. Now your toes are pointed down, so you're getting the stretch in the back of the leg as well. And then go ahead and soften your hand first and soften your knee. Reset your table. This time the left arm is going to go straight out. Right leg's going to go back. Toes are going to point down. Pressing the heel of the right hand into the mat. And then go ahead and turn the palm down. Sweep that hand all the way back. Nice stretch to the back of your arm. Core muscles are engaged here. Nice stretch to the back of the leg. Go ahead and soften your hand. Release your knee and reset your table. This time we're going to do some, actually, I don't want to do that. I'm going to tuck the toes. And let's go ahead and walk the hands forward. Shift your pelvis back. Bottom goes towards your heels. Nice stretch for your back. Forehead grazes your mat ever so softly. And slowly lift up. We're going to rock forward this time. Elbows are going to rotate in. You're pressing your hand into the mat so the chest stays lifted. Your core muscles are engaged here. And we're pausing. And then we're going to rock back for another puppy. And then coming forward one more time. And again, those elbows rotate in. You're pressing the heels of the hand in. You want the muscles right here on the sides engaged. And then go ahead and rock back to a neutral position. Walk the hands back in. Let's go ahead and stretch the right arm in front of us. We're going to wrap it around and rest at our low back. Press the left hand into the mat. Lift up your chest. Take a twist looking over your right shoulder. And then go ahead and drop the shoulder first and then soften your hand. Let's do the left side. Left arm goes up. We'll wrap it around, resting at our low back. Go ahead and press that right hand into the mat. It lifts up the chest. And then take a twist looking towards that shoulder. And then go ahead and soften your shoulder. Relax your hands. And reset your table. Now, I have someone who can answer questions for me. So if you have a question or if something is like, you know what, I need to do XYZ posture, can you incorporate that in? Go ahead and type that in. You got the time.
The chat's on the right of you.
The chat is on the right of me on your screen. And no pressure, you don't have to write anything. If things are going well, we'll keep going. Let's go ahead and tuck our toes, walk the hands back towards our knees, and we're going to shift back. Let's go ahead and get a stretch in the tops of our feet. Then you can have your hands up or you can keep the fingertips down for balance, whatever you think you need. You can also plant the hands on your legs. And again, this is just getting a stretch in our feet. And then we're going to rock back forward, coming back down into our tabletop. This time I want you to take and lift the right arm back. Left leg goes back. Sweep it over to the side, resting on the side of the foot. And then we'll pause here. And then soften the arm first. Lift up the leg, sweep it back. Knee forward and reset. Left arm goes forward, right leg goes back. We'll sweep it over to the side, resting on the side of the foot. Nice opening for the hips. And then go ahead and soften your hand, lift up the leg, sweep it back. Bring the knee forward and reset. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes. Walk the hands slightly forward into the side of your mat. Lift the heels, your hips up, heels go down, downward facing dog. Nice easy pedal with the legs. Coming up on your tiptoes. Let's press back towards the heels. Have a nice V shape with your body and you can adjust your hands as you need to. Let's lift the right leg up. Toes are pointed down. And then relax it back down. Let's do the left side. Left leg goes up. And again, toes pointed down. And soften back down, pressing the heels towards the floor. Doesn't matter if they don't touch. We're going to look towards our hands and we're going to walk forward. We're going to pause in a forward fold, nice and easy over the knees. Let's rise halfway, flattening out the back. And then we'll float back down. Let's take our time and rise to standing, nice and easy. And then we're going to lift the arms overhead. It's a beautiful day. Let's go ahead and welcome some sun energy into our bodies, really reach it up. And then we're we're gonna bring the hands to namaste. Take your gaze with you. Gently take those arms behind your head. And again, we're gonna get a stretch nice right in the back of the arms. And then go ahead and lift those arms back up. Gaze goes with you. Walking to the front of your mat. Let's lower ourselves down, taking your time. And then releasing the hands down to the floor. Stepping back one leg at a time. Nice plank. Soften the knees. Flatten out the tops of the feet. And then lower the chest all the way down. Rotate the elbows in. Point the toes. Lifting up. Nice high cobra today. And then soften back down. Tuck the toes. We're going to press up into a plank. You can do it in one step or two. So you can either tuck the toes, bend the knees here to plank, or you can just press into your plank. Up to you. And then we're going to rock back to a downward facing dog. Now you may have to do some adjustment with your feet and your hands. Whatever you feel like you need to do. Nice little easy pedal with the legs. This time we're going to look towards the hand and place that right foot forward. Lower the left knee down. Stand in a nice lunge. Going to keep the left hand down. Right arm goes up. And soften down. Lift up the back knee. Sweep the leg back. We're back in a plank. We're going to rock back. And walk the feet in. Another downward facing dog. Pedal the legs. And then we'll look towards the hand and plant that left foot forward. Right knee comes down. Pausing here. You can flatten out the tops of the back foot, or you can keep the toes tucked. Up to you. Keep the right hand down. Left arm goes up. And soften down. Tucking the toes of the back leg. Lifting the knee. This time we're stepping forward, back into a forward fold. Let's connect the hands behind our knees. Grab your elbows. Hamstring stretch. Low back releaser. And then bring your head forward. Soften the hands. And then we'll flatten out the back. Once again, I'm really close to my wall. That was not good movement on my part. And then we'll float back down. Let's roll back to standing, taking your time. Arms up overhead. Let's grab the right wrist, pulling up nice and strong. And then we'll rock to the right. And coming back to center. Let's make our way to the left. And back to center. Let's go ahead and switch and grab the left arm. Pulling up nice and strong. Let's go to the left first this time. And back to center, making your way to the right. And back to center, releasing your hand and float back down. Let's release the hands down. We'll step back for a plank. This time we're going to come forward on our toes and chaturanga to upward facing dog. And tuck the toes back to downward facing dog. And then we'll look towards the hands and plant the right foot forward. Soften the left knee down. Bring the hands to the inside of your foot. Then we'll flatten out the back foot. Walk the foot to the side of your mat. You can either pause here or make your way down onto your elbows. Soften your head down here. Let's keep the left elbow down. Lift up the right arm. Now, if you're pressed up into your hands, you can do the same thing here up on your hands. Just depends on where you are. And then we'll soften the arm back down. If you're on your elbows, go ahead and press up into your hands. And if you're in your hands, just go ahead and stay here. Let's all roll our foot over. So you can see the sole of your foot, but the goal is not about the sole of your foot, it's about opening up your head. We'll slowly roll the foot down. Then we're going to walk the foot to center. Hands are going to come to either side. Go ahead and tuck the toes of the back leg, and we're going to rock back for a half split. In this stay up nice and high today. Fingertips are down. You should feel a pretty intense stretch right here in the back of your legs. And then we're going to rock the foot forward. Hands are going to come with you. Back toes are tucked. You're going to lift the knee. We're going to step forward into a forward fold. Release the hands down. Take another vinyasa. Legs back into a plank. Rock forward. Chaturanga. Upward facing dog. And tuck the toes back to downward facing dog. We're going to look towards the hands and we're going to plant the left foot forward. Lower the right knee down. Flatten out the top of the foot. Hands come to the inside of the mat. Walk the foot to the side. Coming down on your elbows or stay up in your hands. Up to you. And then keeping the right elbow down. Left arm goes up. And soften back down. Let's press up into our hands. Hand stays to the inside of the foot. Go ahead and roll your foot. You can see the sole of your foot here. Opening up the hip on the left side. And then go ahead and soften your foot down. Let's walk into center. Hands are going to come to either side. We're going to tuck the toes of the back leg, rocking back for a half split. And again, we're going to stay up high here. Fingertips are down. Again, the goal is to get the stretch in the back of the leg. And then rock that foot forward, hands to either side. Tuck in the toes of the back leg. Lift the knee. Stepping forward, we're back into a forward fold. Let's rise halfway. And I'm get away from my wall here. And then connect the hands at your low back, floating down, lifting your arms with you. Then you can have a slight bend to your knees here. You don't want to overextend them. And then release your hands and rotate the arms down. Forward fold, Uttanasana. Let's slowly roll to standing. Arms up overhead. Go ahead and clasp the fingers together. Turn them inside out. Pressing straight up. Pressing those feet firmly into the floor. And rock to the right. Let's get some compression out of our body. Let's roll all the way around, making our way to the left side. And rolling back through. Coming back to center. Let's bring those arms forward. And open the fingers nice and wide. Opening those arms. Go ahead and connect the hands at your low back. Gently pull down. Releasing your hands, we're going to lift them up overhead, connecting the hands once again, pulling straight up, bringing the arms forward. Let's go ahead and open again, nice and wide, and then connect the hands at your low back and gently pull down. Nice opening for your shoulder. Let's release the fingers here. You're going to lift up and slide your hands to your heart. Let's go ahead and release the hands and just shake everything out. You take and lift that right arm up. We're going to plant it at the top of our shoulder. We're going to open up the elbow. Opening up the chest. Bring that elbow back forward. Lift up the arm and release. Let's do the left side. Left arm goes up. And rest it at the top of your shoulder. Let's go ahead and open up your elbow. And then bring that elbow forward and lift up your arm and release it down. We're going to go right into some balance. Let's bring our right foot into kickstand position and lift those arms up overhead. As you slide your hands to your heart, go ahead and slide your right foot to up underneath your knee and pause. We'll lift the arms back up and open the limbs to our tree. Now, as you open the knee to the side, you're opening up your hips. And then softening those arms into a cactus or goddess position. Pausing. We're almost there. Go ahead and soften the hands forward. Bring them to your heart and relax your legs and shake everything out. Nice, everyone. Hope you guys are doing okay. Anybody Anybody need a break? All right, we'll keep going. Sweep those arms up overhead again. Bringing our left foot into kickstand, bring the hands to namaste. As you slide your foot up underneath your knee, bringing your hands back to your heart. Go ahead and open the knee to the side, opening up your hips. And then lifting the arms straight up and open. And as always, you can modify any of these postures. You're like, if my balance isn't great today, keep your foot in kickstand, no worries. Wherever you are today, just honor that. Let's go ahead and slide the hands into a cactus or goddess position. Let's press those hands in. Bring them back to your heart. Release your foot. Let's shake everything out. Let's lift the right leg up and hold it with both hands. Pausing here. Release your left hand to your waist. And then we'll slowly open our hip, taking the leg to the side. Then bring that knee in and soften down. Shake out your legs. Let's do the left side. Left leg comes up. We'll hold it with both hands, bouncing on the right. Weight should be evenly distributed between every point in your foot. Release your right hand to your waist. Go ahead and open your hip. And then bring that knee back forward. And then soften down. Shake out your legs. Let's go ahead and lift the right leg up and grab the top of the foot. And you want the knee to point straight down. Let's lift the right arm up, get some compression out of our back. And then let's slowly make our way into a dancer. So we're going to take that right leg back. Left arm comes forward. And then let's just make a little om with our fingers. Soften your elbow a little on that left arm. And coming back to center. And soften down and shake it out. Let's go ahead and do the same on the left. Grab the top of your left foot. Knee is pointed down. We'll pause here. Let's lift that right arm up. Compression out of your back. And then coming forward to a dancer, that left leg goes back. Try to keep the knee pointed down. Make a little om with your fingers. Thumb and index finger come together. Nice softness to the elbow. Soften your arm, bring that knee forward, and shake it out. How's everyone doing? Hope you guys are still hanging in there. Let's walk up to the front of our mat. Let's lift those arms up overhead, and then let's float down. We're going to release the hands down. This time you can either hop back or step back into your plank. You want to be light with your hop, almost like a float. And then soften the knees, lower the chest. And we're going to soften the elbows down, roll the thighs in, Sphinx pose. Nice stretch for your low back. And you can move the head here. You don't have to stay stagnant in the pose if you don't want. Up to you. Let's lower the chest, hands to either side. I'm going to press up into a full plank. Let's bring our right knee forward, angle it towards the corner of our mat. Left leg goes back, and then you want to have your weight right in the center. You don't want to collapse into either hip. And then we're going to come forward for a sleeping swan. We're going to hold this for just a few seconds here. Again, move your head, or you can just soften your head down. And if holding the elbows doesn't feel good, go ahead and relax into your hands. It's up to you. Just kind of play with it and see what posture feels better for you. Try not to hold any tension in your neck, so head's nice and easy here. Shoulders are relaxed. And then we'll slowly press up into our hands. Let's go ahead and tuck the toes of the back foot. Lift it, sweep it back, pausing in our plank. Let's bring the left knee forward and angle it towards the corner of your mat. Right leg goes back. Now it's important to get that knee at an angle, because if it's going straight, you're putting too much pressure on your knee joint. And And then when you're ready, coming down on your elbows, either pause here, open the arms and hold in both elbows. Again, play with it and see what feels better for you. And we'll hold this for just a few breaths. And then let's go ahead and press up into our hands, tucking the toes of the back leg, lifting the knee. We're back into a full plank. Let's soften the knees down. Let's rock back for a hero's pose. Arms are going to go straight up. Let's have some eagle arms, right arm in front of the left. And let's reverse the direction. Soften the arms down. And then we're going to make our way into a seated Dandasana position. You're going to have those legs in front of you. And they're nice and straight. Heels are down, toes are pointed up. Let's go ahead and bring those hands next to your hips. Pressing in, getting some more compression out of your back. Core muscles are engaged here. Try not to hold your breath. And then go ahead and soften the arms. Lift the arms straight up in the air. We're going to float forward, going towards your feet. Now, if you reach your feet, go ahead and grab them. Lift up the head, toes are pointed. If you don't reach your feet, you can hold onto the side of the leg and get the same stretch. It's just not quite as deep because you're not holding your feet, but you're still getting a pretty intense stretch here. And then let's slowly roll back to standing, lifting the arms up once again, turning the hands out, wiggle the fingers as we go towards our toes. If you can grab your toes, great, go ahead and pull them towards you. If you can't, hands on the legs, and the feet are flexed towards you. So again, you're still getting the benefit of the stretch, even though you're not reaching your feet. Let's lift those arms up, and release the hands down. Let's bring our right foot into a half butterfly position. And so we're going to keep the legs straight this time. So that left leg is going to stay straight. The right knee is going to go at an angle. I want you to reach towards your left leg. Take your head towards your shoulders. Gaze is going in the opposite direction. Right arm is going overhead. No pressure to reach your foot. Just getting the stretch in the side body. And then let's come back up. Shifting your weight back. Stretch out the leg. And pedal it out, and we're going to do the opposite side. So we're going to bring that right foot, and the left foot press against the right leg. Right leg is going to go straight out, and then we're going to turn our body, reach towards our foot, head goes towards the shoulder, left arm goes overhead. And again, notice this knee for me is higher. And it's only because this hip on the side is just a little bit tighter. And then let's go ahead and lift up. Shifting forward, stretching out your legs. And go ahead and pedal out the knees. And we'll go ahead and open and close. And then we're going to position ourselves in the center of our mats. Heels are down, arms are going to go up. We're going to lift up into a boat. And we're going to pause. I want you to, if you can, lift the legs a little bit higher. You don't have to straighten them all the way. And you should feel the stretch right here in your quads. And then go ahead and soften, rocking forward and pause. Just a couple breaths here. And then we'll rock up, arms come out, and we're going to lift up. And then again, lift the legs a little bit higher. Try to keep your core engaged. And then we'll soften down. This time, we're going to position ourselves so we can float on down to our back, keeping your head on your mat. And then we're going to stretch out the legs. Arms are going to go overhead, and we're going to do a nice full body stretch. Should feel really good. Really reaching the arms and feet. If you can, lift your heels off your mat, stretching your toes, and then go ahead and soften. That feels so good. And go ahead and bring the hands next to you. Let's go ahead and walk the feet in. And then we're going to lift the knees to the chest, wrap the arms around and give them a nice little squeeze. And then nice roll back and forth for your low back. And now let's make some little circles. And then reverse the direction of your circles. And then let's go ahead and get a nice side twist. So we're going to go ahead and open the arms into T position. We're going to take the knees to the right. We're going to keep the arms in T, head is forward. And then we're going to rotate those knees up and take them to the left side. Quick little pause here. Lifting up, bring the knees towards the chest, and take them to the left, to the right side once again. And one more time, lifting up those knees. Bring them to center first, and then take them to the left side. And then we'll lift them up, bring them in, bring your arms in, give those knees a squeeze one more time, and soften your feet down. Bring the right knee towards the chest, straighten that leg out. Let's bring our hands to the back of our thigh and connect the fingers together. And then we're going to slowly lift those hands up towards our ankles. As you do that, you're pulling the leg towards you. And then releasing that leg, we're rolling the hand back down. And once you get to the top of your thigh, go ahead and bend the knee and release your foot. Let's do the left side. Left knee comes towards the chest. Let's stretch that left leg in the air. Go ahead and connect your hands right at the top of your thigh. Then we're going to roll the hands all the way down, going towards our ankles. Hi, Daisy. So my dog decided to join us. She was trapped upstairs and she was not happy. Go ahead and roll the hand back down. And then go ahead and bend the knee and release it down. Let's bring both knees to the chest once again. And this time I want you to lift up into a tabletop position. Hands are going to be nice and flat next to you. And then go ahead and press the heels away from your body. Notice that your core is activated now. And then bring the knees back in. Let's repeat that. Press those heels away from you. And bring them back in. Let's go ahead and soften the feet back down. Let's cross the right ankle over the left knee. Let's bring our right hand and rest it on our inner thigh. And gently press open, opening up the hip. One more hip stretch. And then go ahead and soften and uncross your foot. So what I've been doing is trying to just concentrate on having a full body stretch for us, because you guys aren't in class with me to tell me exactly what you want. Let's go ahead and do the same on the left side, crossing that left ankle. Rest the hand on the inner thigh. Gently press open. So I'm planning to continue these classes online until we get back into the studio. So if you have any requests for next week, we're going to have the same time, 10:30 on Sundays. And then I'll do my chair general yoga on Tuesdays at 9 a.m. So just, you can write in the comments what you'd like to see, and then I will incorporate that into the practice. Go ahead and soften and uncross. Let's bring the knees to the chest one more time. Give them a nice little squeeze. And then we're going to take and stretch those legs out straight in the air. And then I want you to flatten your feet as if you're going to take a walk on the ceiling. And then we're going to go ahead and lift the arms all the way overhead. We're going to pause here. And then keeping the arms in place, go ahead and lower the right leg towards the floor. Right before it hits, I want you to pause. And then lift it back in the air. Just do the same thing with the left. Lowering it towards the floor. Right before it hits, just pause. And then lift it back in the air. Let's bring our arms up, keeping the legs in place. Let's go ahead and open and close our fingers. I'm sure we've all been on our computers and tablets and computers a lot since we're all kind of stuck in the house these days. So we're just relaxing out our hands. And then let's go ahead and make some big circles. Nice and easy. I'm reversing the direction. And then we'll wave the hands back and forth once again. And then reaching up towards your feet. Really reach, 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 reach. And then go ahead and soften the hands down. Bend the knees towards your chest. And then we're going to open into a frog position. Reach up and grab the sides of your feet. We're going to pause here. And then we're going to move into a happy baby. Back and forth. You can make little circles with your low back. You can hold the legs in place. I always like to end our practice with a happy posture. This is one of my favorite postures to end our classes with. Just because who doesn't like laying down on the floor and kicking their feet in the air? It makes you happy. All right, let's release the legs down. One last full body stretch. Really reaching. And then we're going to all soften the arms next to us and soften our eyes. Let the legs splay out. Your shoulders melt into your mat. Face is nice and soft. And just give yourself a couple breaths here in your Shavasana. Remembering the intention you set at the beginning of practice. Just let that carry us through our day. And then we'll slowly just roll back up into a seated position. And before we close out, we'll just make a few more circles with the neck. I hope you got a lot out of your home practice today. And again, if there's anything you'd like me to share in the future, just please let me know. You can leave a comment on the page. And if you want to stay abreast of when I'm releasing videos or when we're going to have a live class, just like and subscribe on the page. And go ahead and drop your chin towards your chest, your hands to your heart. As always, thank you for sharing your practice. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Thank you. Enjoy your Sunday.